It's the guys that puts fun in dysfunctional. This is the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Space is the final frontier. Then this is just the pit stop at the rest area that is near.
It's a Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. 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 In your ear.
In your ear.
Pod. Poddamn it. Poddamn it. Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Poddamn Idiotz.
Poddamn it.
From the Henplex Studios in Battle Creek, Michigan, the cereal capital of the world, this is the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
You weren't sure what to do since there's only two of us.
Yeah, literally, it's like, that's where we're at. One location, one city, multiple cereals. This is the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. Well, welcome everyone to the show. There is just the two of us, and we're together again. So I am Jay Hizzle, and to my left, on the screen and in real life, it's Ric Spade.
Hey,
and get this. So Rick has the good old headphones he was wearing on. He's got his Golden Knights hat. He's got a sweet X-Men shirt. He's all ready and pumped for tonight.
I'm very excited to be here for the first time since I think October.
I know it's been such a long time. And but the Jazz, since we're actually recording on a Thursday, which isn't normal for us, and we'll go into why in a minute. But the Jazz is actually commentating on a race, I believe, an iRace. So, and then poor Texas, he's having a better week, he told us, but he is just all tuckered out and he is sleeping.
He's like, I can't do this. I'm so tired. I can't see my forehead.
Yeah, he couldn't see his forehead or the back of his head or anything like that. It's pretty crazy. But you know what? Ric Spade and I are like, we got this. We got this. So we're going to see if the two of us can entertain you or make you be like, oh my gosh, why am I listening to this? For the whole episode.
And if that's the case, you can send your hate mail to the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast at outlook.com, or you can send us a tweet at Poddamn Idiotz P1.
Yep. Or Poddamn Texas. Just tell them how upset you are.
Why weren't you here, you stupid son of a bitch?
But yeah, so Ric Spade and I are actually going on a Poddamn road trip.
Poddamn road trip.
Because we had a trip planned actually with Texas and Jazz, but it got canceled because Jazz, his daughter, is having some important surgery. So we wish her the best with that. I'm sure it'll go great.
Yeah.
But, Ric Spade just got a new job. He was able to get, a 3-day weekend. And we got to go celebrate. And I haven't traveled like I normally do either. And so we're like, all right, we got to take a road trip. And we got to go somewhere where, Rick hasn't been before. Because what, you've been to, obviously, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
So, and then things are starting to open up. And I have a hockey addiction that I haven't been able to, do it's been over a year since I've been to a hockey game. And I'm like, well, where could we go where we could see new things, see hockey? Rick wanted to go to a casino, so where can we go do some gambling? Maybe see some people. And so all of a sudden I found a little town in West Virginia called Wheeling, and it looks kind of cool. And they have a minor league hockey team, and there were some tickets available to that game. So I'm like, all right, we'll drive down there because Rick hasn't been to West Virginia. I have never been to Wheeling. And then I looked and I'm like, all right, casinos. And there was one in Wheeling, and then there's one up a ways And I wanted to stay by the casino, not have to. That way, if we drink or something, we can go back to our hotel room and not drive. And so I found a cool casino we can go to after. And then the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Rick, you've liked like the Steelers and stuff, haven't you?
Yep. Steelers is one of my top 3 teams. Obviously, it goes Chiefs, Steelers, Lions.
Exactly. So it's actually like, I'm not a huge Penguins fan, although I will say their hockey base is awesome and I enjoy their games. I'm just not a Crosby fan. But man, the city of Pittsburgh is awesome. So when I saw that, I'm like, well, we can go up to Pittsburgh and maybe I can get Penguin tickets. And I got lucky because they were releasing them on Ticketmaster like the next day or something. So there I was at 10 a.m. refresh, trying to get in. Finally, I get in. Every time I get tickets, it would say, someone beat you to them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get tickets. Finally, I got them. I was like, oh yeah. It was an accomplishment. And my cousin lives in Pittsburgh, so we should get to see her if everything goes well. And we're just going to have a really fun time. You're really going to like the city. It's pretty awesome.
Well, it amazes me that you're able to refresh and get Penguins tickets yet. When I tried to get a PS5, oh no.
Actually, I shouldn't even say refresh, because what happened was I got right in and then it told me I'm in a queue. It's like, you're in the queue. There's people ahead of you. I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's your turn. And I went in there and like, oh, I thought maybe I could, I was looking at tickets. I'm like, I'll get these 2. And then it's like, someone beat you to them. Oh, well, these 2 look good. Someone beat you to them. I'm like, okay, I just got to move on these. Apparently I can't browse like I thought I could. And then finally I got them and it's like, in your cart. Yes, thank goodness. Because they only have they're better than Michigan. Red Wings have 750 tickets. That's the most the government will allow them to give. I think Pittsburgh has 3,000 or 4,000. So there'll be enough to make some noise. But I'm just so excited to just watch a hockey game in person and hear the sticks and the pucks and maybe see a fight. And it's going to be nice. We're going to be able to stretch out, apparently, because there won't be anyone by us.
And of course, I'm going to be that guy who wears his Golden Knights stuff to a Penguins game.
Yes. Funny thing, because, my friend Angela, she was on the show a while back, she's a huge Penguins fan. And, she's like, I want to go, but she's in Minnesota. And I told her, and she's like, well, you guys better wear Penguin stuff. And I'm like, well, actually, Rick's going to be wearing, he's going to be that guy. He's going to be wearing Vegas Golden Knights. And I mean, all decked out. And she's like, well, why would he do that? It better be a Fleury jersey. I'm like, no. Rick doesn't buy other people's jerseys. He has his own jersey customized. She's like, well, why is he like Vegas? I'm like, he's Rick Spade. He loves poker and he loves the city of Las Vegas, which he'll get to eventually. And he fell in love with Vegas. A good team to fall in love with because they're good. And I like Vegas too. So, but we'll be seeing the Penguins play the Devils. So they should be able to win. But the Devils sometimes will surprise you with their good goaltending and defense. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, so in 3 days, we're probably going to drive, well, I mean, not quite 1,000 miles, but maybe. So we'll get a lot of driving. We're going to go explore places, find some cool shops to go to, and get some good food. My cheat day Saturday. So expect me to eat a lot probably that day and then get sick. No, I'm just half kidding. I'll be responsible still. But yeah, it'll be a good time. So that is why there's just 2 of us doing the show on an unusual day, recording wise. But all right, Rick, how's your week?
Oh, my week has been fantastic. So, for those of you who have been keeping up with my life, truck is paid off, house is paid off. I paid any debts that I owe to people, including somebody for the trip that we're going on tomorrow. Let's see here. What else have I done? Oh yeah, I bought a car. So,
and that's paid off.
Yeah, paid it with cash.
Cha-ching!
Got full coverage on it and everything. And it was really funny to me too, because let's give a little backstory. I decided that when I was getting my stimulus, I was going to put that whole thing on a car because I figured I could find a used car for $4,200 because, I'm getting the stimulus for me and both kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about it, and I was driving on my way to, where was I going? I think I was going to go pick up Locke from school, and I just happened to pass by my sister. My sister was in her car, and she just kind of swerved like she was going to run into my truck, which probably isn't the smartest thing because she was in that little box. And I said, I wonder if she'd be willing to sell that. Just popped in my head. So I texted her and I was like, "You willing to sell that thing?" And she texted back $2,800. And I thought about it for a minute. I said, "I can do that when I get my stimulus." And then I checked my bank account and I said, "Oh, I still have like a lot of money left from my tax return. You know what? Screw it. I'll just get it now." So I went over there. She's like, "You want to test drive it?" I said, "Okay." So I test drove it. I said, "All right, I'll give you the money on Monday." So that was Sunday. I got it the money Monday. I gave it to her. She gave me the title.
Didn't you say someone like made sure it was all fixed up and stuff for you too?
Yep. My brother-in-law's part-time mechanic. Like,
Okay.
like he's been tinkering with stuff since I was 2.
Yep.
Probably even, even before that. So that's kind of been like his hobby and stuff. So he was always fixing up cars, and people would give him cars, for fixing stuff, when he was younger. And
Nice.
so he would fix up those cars and then resell them. And at one point, I swear he had like a used car lot just because of how many cars he had from different places. Like he had them hiding in like other people's yards and stuff, And I think even when my mom lived off Waddles Road, he had like 3 or 4 in the back, So, but when he was telling me about the car, he's like, this used to be one of those driver's training cars.
Oh, okay. Is there another brake in there?
Nope.
That's probably a good thing.
No, it was one of those cars that was just like it wasn't like the school driver's training. It was more like the easy way driver's training.
Okay.
Like one of those schools. But he's like, so all those miles came from, the school just teaching people how to drive on the road. And he's like, I put new brakes on it, put new wheel bearings on it, gave it an oil change. I put new tires on it.
It looks nice. Like much more. They gave you a good deal on it, I feel.
Well, yeah. I mean, he probably could have gotten more for that if he was giving it to somebody that wasn't family, but
I would think so.
But yeah, no, I really like the car. I got full coverage on it the same day. I took it to Kalamazoo just to kind of give it a test run to see how it works.
So like now each day you're gonna have to figure out, what do I want to drive today?
I could, but I've kind of decided that my truck's going to be more used for winter and when I want to haul stuff.
Okay.
And then that car's going to be kind of like my everyday driver.
Okay.
Because I put $25 in it and it was on E.
Mm-hmm.
And it filled the tank.
So that'll be your everyday driver, but you'll still drive the truck at least every now and then to make sure it still, runs and all that. And plus it has a manual, so that's probably fun still.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy my truck. Yep. And obviously I'm supposed to be working on trying to build a studio downstairs with what money I have left over, and it's not going to cost me very much. Maybe $200-$300, to get the materials and stuff. So I'm going to need something to haul that with. And, obviously I still need my truck to haul furniture and whatever else I decide to do. So
I bet they'll hauling like the kids around is going to be so much nicer.
Oh, believe me. I having lain in the front seat, you know what I mean? And knowing that I had all that room in the back. The only thing that sucks about those kind of cars is it's got a really small trunk. So, I mean, a really small trunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll show you after the show. Like, if you saw that, you'd be like, that's really a trunk? Yeah, that's really a trunk. Like, I had to put my dog food sideways in there to get the dog food in there, so.
If you put a seat down, I guess you'd have some room.
Well, yeah, you could do that. I mean, the seats do go down, but, if you got one of the kids in the back seat, it makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I look forward to seeing it after the show.
But yeah. Other than that, work's been going good. And I got to go to the gym for a couple of days with Elena.
Woo!
Finally got into it. First time since October.
Did it feel good to be back?
It did. I think I'm more proud of getting Elena more involved into it.
Is she having fun?
Oh yeah. She gets really excited. Like when we first got there, she would ask me how to do certain machines. And then her second day, she was like, I'm going to get on the treadmill. Okay. I'm going to go get dressed. And then, she likes doing the ropes that I do. Cause I like doing the pull down rope. And then I like doing like the battle rope
where you go.
Yeah.
Those are hard.
Yeah. I usually do it for like a minute, but, it's pretty exciting because I'll sit there and I'll be talking to her and she'll be like, I'll be like, what'd you do? She's like, well, I did the treadmill and I just did the ropey rope.
Nice.
I like that. She calls it the ropey rope. So
good for her.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I think with her grades, she's not going to be able to play her last 2 games of basketball, which sucks. But, at least if she stays in the gym and keeps on being active,
Yep.
she'll stay healthy. And
that's good. More kids need to do stuff like that, whether it's a gym or running outside or something. So I'm glad that she's getting out and getting fit. That's great.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, her favorite thing though isn't even workout related. She likes the hydro bed that they have at Planet Fitness. She was like, "Can we do the hydro bed?" I was like, "Okay." So then, because I have the black card, they'll let you both go at the same time.
Oh, yeah, because my dad has a black card too, actually.
So,
because he might try to get me to the gym at some time.
So that's real nice. So we'll go in there and we'll do the 7-minute hydro bed, and she'll have the jets hit her from her feet to her head and go back down. And so, yeah, it's been good stuff. I've been enjoying it, and I'm excited for our trip coming up. And I blocked off what money I can spend at the casino. And
good. So you're budgeting.
Well, I mean, I have money, so it's not like I couldn't spend more than I planned, but I'm trying not to. If I'm going to spend money, I'd rather spend money at stores. I like stores.
Yeah. Stores are good. I think there'll be some cool stores we find on the way, I'm sure. I know Pittsburgh must have some good stuff.
Oh, believe me, I've been researching some stuff. There's like an anime store called Kawaii Gifts. There's a collectible store that sells like vintage toys. I'm sure there's some malls that would have some cool stuff.
Malls. I remember malls. So awesome.
I'm still a teenager at heart sometimes. I like going shopping at the malls. Like I took Elena shopping with her birthday money that she got back in January.
Oh, nice.
When I got the car, so.
I'll see what's out there. I'm a sucker for a good deal.
Me too. But yeah, that's it for me. So, what's going on in the news world?
I
have a text message.
Let's see. News. Well, personal news for me, just a normal busy week with lots of boxing and working out. And my weight challenge, I am only 2 pounds away, I think, from my goal. So that's exciting. Awesome. With 10 days to go. But I've been boxing with a real boxer from Cuba, so it's fun. He doesn't speak much English, but he's really good at training. And oh man, boxing just beats me down in a good way though. So that's been fun. Work's been going good. Our office manager was on vacation this week, so I got to run the office. But my dad has recovered from COVID and was back this week, so it was nice to see him. The weather was getting nice out, which was exciting. There's been a few cold days, but spring is coming. I'm excited about that too.
It was fucking cold out on the way here, I'll tell you right now.
And windy, yeah. But we've had some nice days too this week, so Corvette weather's around the corner here, probably within a month.
We got a message from Texas. He said, "Have a safe trip. Try not to catch any diseases in Pittsburgh."
Oh, yeah. Texas is not a fan of Pittsburgh. So even though he's never been there, like once you go there, you're going to be like, even if you didn't like their sports teams, it's a really cool city. So let's take a look at some news. Like you said,
news.
Yep. So this one's kind of interesting. This is a NASCAR related news, but NASCAR officials plan to use trained dogs to detect COVID-19 among essential personnel for Sunday's Cup Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I know I heard this one being used at basketball games at one point too. The procedure will be deployed on a trial basis as a potential first line of at-track defense designed to limit the spread of coronavirus. NASCAR said teams were notified of the plan Tuesday. "We think that these dogs and this capability is going to allow us to rapidly confirm that all those people entering the essential footprint on Sunday, that's race teams, NASCAR officials, that's the vendors that work inside the garage, all the folks are COVID-free, are not." So the ability to do that has kind of been the math problem that we have continuously tried to solve since March of last year. So that's what they think. They have 360 canine group, which has trained, I guess they have a training facility in Alabama and Florida, and they've been training these dogs. So 2 teams of dogs will screen essential personnel, determining in less than 30 seconds whether the individual has been exposed to COVID-19. Huh. So I wonder, so after an alert, individual in question will be isolated and subject to secondary screening. So, and then they'll determine their status for Sunday's event. Okay, so it's not like the dog goes off and you're done. You at least get a chance to get a test. So the K9 unit won't be used to screen Cup Series drivers or the limited number of fans in attendance. Okay. And yeah, it's talking about the Miami Heat. I think this story I had a while back was also using COVID sniffing dogs.
Yes.
They are amazing, Bryant said of the trained dogs. This gives us essentially an ability to test that essential population on race day and know right away that those folks who have cleared this enhanced screening process with a very high degree of confidence are COVID-free.
I would like to know how accurate these fucking dogs are.
According to the 360 Canine Group, clinical studies have shown that the dogs can locate the presence of COVID-19 in humans at an accuracy rate of 98%. So they're claiming the dogs are more accurate than the rapid test and maybe the actual test. You mean this whole time, instead of getting something shoved up by like people's noses, they can just have a dog? Gosh darn it. Doesn't that sound easier?
It wasn't COVID. I got sausages in my pocket.
That's crazy.
I got pepperoni.
And I'll leave it to California. So California is actually finally letting theme parks prepare to reopen amid the COVID-19 pandemic. But these theme parks are being urged to take extra steps to curb the risks associated with the common roller coaster and the common roller coaster riding activity, which is screaming. Ah! So yeah, California Attraction and Park Association. As they prepare to open theme parks in April, they're telling their theme parks they need to take extra steps to make sure guests aren't spreading COVID-19 by screaming on the roller coasters. How in the heck do they think they're going to be able to keep people from screaming on the roller coasters? Face covering usage and modifications to seat loading passengers will be required on amusement park rides. I understand that. They'll probably like do every other one or something. To mitigate the effects of shouting. Additionally, on rides, guests generally face in one direction. Yeah, so I don't. But they call on parks limit activities that involve singing and shouting. But there's no way, even if you tell people not to scream. First off, a lot of people naturally scream because they're like scared and they're going down a roller coaster and you just want to scream like, ah. But
that reminds me of a funny story. I remember I was on do you remember the Gravitron?
The one that spins round and round and around?
Yeah, that looked like a spaceship.
Yeah, I've never done it because I thought I get sick. Probably
Really?
would've. Yeah, I get sick easy.
Okay, well they had one similar to that, but it was outdoors, and it was just like a metal circle all the way around, and then you had like the little slats, and that just had a chain that went around. But I remember I was on it, and I was on it with I think I was on it with Elena, and I remember there was this guy. He was like, "Oh God, oh it hurts, oh it's in my ass, bro," and that's all I remember. And then he passed the fuck out.
Wow. At least he passed out so we don't have to feel it anymore.
I've also seen people throw up, so I guess, I could see it happening.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that particular ride. Oh, a little Guinness World Record. This one's kind of not necessarily a record, but an exhibit in Dallas. They're open, so they do stuff there. It looks into the science behind some of the most famous Guinness World Records and invites visitors to attempt to set records of their own. That's kind of cool. So we can tell Texas he can go break a record. I don't know what it'll be, but they have some record-breaking items and interactive displays explaining the science of records, including the world's longest mustache and world's largest game of Pac-Man. Ooh. Multiple opportunities for guests to set their own records in themed areas. Science of focus, science of endurance, and science of reaction. And the records that can be set include the most punches delivered in a minute. Oh, man. I wonder if they're jab crosses or hooks or what kind of punches.
They're just, rapid punches.
I'm sure some really athletic person will be able to break it. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, can I fart over there? World's smelliest fart. I bet you I could get that one if I tried.
I don't know. Beastlo's pretty talented. So guests can learn about how their bodies react, focus, and endure, and how that knowledge can help them become a record holder. Visitors can try their own hand at record breaking through a variety of interactive challenges with a giant arcade. That's cool. The exhibit is expected to tour United States museums once it leaves Dallas. Oh, it's a touring exhibit. Maybe it'll come to Michigan and we'll break some records and I'll be reading about us.
I wonder how that would work. Like, what if you actually did break a record while you were there?
You'd hold the record then.
I mean, does that make it official then?
I imagine. Most punches, you gotta really use that core and get those. Man, that'd be a tough one, but it'd be fun to try. All right, this will be a fun one to try too. So, a British man decided to attempt a Guinness World Record while in COVID-19 lockdown. He captured the title. Oh man, this is one everyone wants, especially as a kid, for fastest time to drink a Capri Sun pouch. Which this actually seems longer than I would have thought it would be. But I guess you really have to suck that straw. What do you think would be a fast time to take down a whole Capri Sun?
Like 3 seconds?
Yeah, you would. So this is the record, and I guess I've never tried it, but the record is 16.65 seconds.
Bullshit.
That's what it says. Unless no one else has tried this record, and it's a really low bar.
I'm beating this record next week on the show.
Yeah, it says a British man decided to attempt a Guinness World Record while in COVID-19, captured the title for fastest time to drink a Capri Sun pouch. 16.65 seconds. He's Declan Evans, 20 of Lincoln, said he started to look for records to break while in lockdown, and the benchmark was 18 seconds, but it had yet to be officially attempted. So he performed several trial runs to master his technique and ended an official time of 16.65 seconds. It's a stupid record to hold, but that's the fun of Guinness World Records, he said. I think he'll definitely get beaten. I wouldn't say it was that fast. Yeah, I don't think it is. I'm not saying 3 seconds because you still got to, you can't, I imagine you have to suck it through the straw. You can't just break it open and squeeze it, but.
All right, next week on the show, episode 47, I'm going to bring a case of Capri Suns with me, and I'm going to just keep sucking it down, and we're going to have a timer.
See if you can break the record?
Yes, and then we will send it into the Guinness Book of World Records, and then the Poddamn Idiots will be record holders.
Yep. Oh, 8-year-old uses hands and feet to break the Rubik's Cube world record.
And feet?
Yeah, an 8-year-old Rubik's Cube enthusiast in India broke a Guinness World Record by solving 3 puzzles at once, one in each hand and one with his feet. 1 minute and 29.97 seconds. Wow. That's got to be tough to solve it with your feet.
I could barely solve it with my penis.
And that took, 5 minutes? I don't know. But I can't solve it, period, because I don't know the trick.
I just remember my dick hurts. Anyways.
Yeah, we decided to pursue the record after the World Cube Association announced it was removing the category of cube solving with the feet from official status. Why? Why would they do that? I was doing quite well in feet and ranked 6th in the country when the event was pulled off the official status. I was upset with the decision. Then I decided to make a mark in the feet solve event. The boy said he hopes to eventually break his own record by finishing the time under 1 minute. Man, I just hate when they take the foot game out of the Rubik's Cube record books. I tell ya.
Yep, because those times I tried to solve a Rubik's Cube with my feet, man, it takes all the fun out of it. Especially when you have to look down and try to remember which fucking color you're trying to turn.
That's true. It's rough.
Well, yeah, it's got corners.
And then last but not least, there was a home invasion. An Ohio police officer responded to a resident home invasion to remove a raccoon.
Oh, boy.
The raccoon invaded the home. It was found sleeping in the dishwasher after it broke in through a bathroom light. Oh, wow. So it broke in through the bathroom light and ransacked the kitchen. I get it. So they probably came home and the kitchen was a mess and they thought there was a break-in, and then they found a raccoon in the dishwasher eating an apple, it looks like.
How the fuck's it get in the dishwasher? I
have no idea. The masked bandit broke into the home, trashed the kitchen, and took a well-deserved nap in the home's dishwasher where it was found by a resident.
Now, the question is, was it open? Did he open it? Did it close on him when they found him?
I don't know. It must have been open. They took a picture of the raccoon. He got pretty close. Patrolman John Mezzo, nicknamed the department's absurd animal call officer, after previous encounters with a kangaroo and a cow, responded to the home to remove the invading raccoon. Wow.
Yeah, absurd animal calls is right. A kangaroo and a cow.
Where is this actually at? This is Ohio. What is a kangaroo doing in Ohio?
How the fuck do you get a kangaroo in Ohio except for the zoo? Did they escape the zoo and it was like, oh, gee, we got to go catch the kangaroo? Do people have like personal kangaroos? Is this like the Neverland Ranch where you got the fucking giraffe?
I'm going to see if I can find kangaroo on the loose in Ohio. Oh, yep. Let's see here. Escaped kangaroo discovered bouncing along Ohio Road. This was in 2015.
Please tell me it came from the zoo.
Stray animals are a common occurrence in any city, and police often find themselves responding to a call about a dog or a cat. But on November 26th, North Ridgeville police officers got quite the surprise when they received the call about a loose kangaroo. A motorist reported seeing the animal doing whatever kangaroos do as it bounced along the road.
Whatever kangaroos do.
That's what he said. Can you imagine?
Whatever kangaroos do. I don't know what kangaroos do. They hop or they bounce or they just walk.
This is dispatch. We have a kangaroo on the loose. And there's a picture. Yeah, the officer with like a light shine on the kangaroo. Wow.
Can you describe the kangaroo? It's a fucking kangaroo. What else do you need to describe? It's got a pouch. It's got ears. It's a kangaroo.
In case anyone's wondering, a Joey's a baby kangaroo.
You know, this is like the fourth time you brought that up on this podcast.
Yeah, people sometimes don't know these things.
Well, thank you for reiterating for the fourth time on this podcast that Joey's are baby kangaroos.
But yeah, he escaped. But they did find who it belonged to, so that part's good.
So it wasn't a zoo. It was just like a random person that
owned
a kangaroo.
Person owned a kangaroo.
Well, fuck me. I guess if you can own a tiger, you can own a kangaroo.
It was a 3-year-old kangaroo, apparently, who was just quietly standing with police waiting to be picked up. He's very scared, still upset, is what the owner said. When kangaroos get scared, they sweat a lot from their arms. They sweat so much they actually get dehydrated. His name's Foster. Foster's still upset about his little adventure. Very upset.
So Foster almost went to a foster home.
Yeah, he was young, too young to have been separated from his mother. We bottle fed him. I carried him around in a pouch.
The story just gets more absurd.
So literally, this lady was raising this kangaroo and just would carry him around in like a big fanny pack. He was potty trained, lived inside the house for more than a year. He's a sweet guy, very lovable.
How the fuck do you potty train a kangaroo? Like, I'm getting more confused by the second.
Wow. We built a habitat for him in the barn with heat, so he feels at home. Wow, that's interesting. That's crazy. They have, I guess, goats and horses and all kinds of stuff there.
Well, those are normal things, not a fucking kangaroo.
And then the officers came over with their families to see the animals there. So we're glad he knew to call us as soon as they recognized Foster. 911, what's your emergency? There's a kangaroo. Well, what's it doing? It's just doing what kangaroos do.
What do kangaroos do? You know
hop,
what kangaroos do.
Hop. All right. And that is the news. I think it's time we go to the game of the week. Game of the week.
All right. There's only two of us.
So it'll be a simple game, but we might as well play a few rounds of something, right?
Right. So the other day I decided to buy a new game. And do you remember when we played the game Would You Rather?
Yeah, because what happened was I'd be given two choices, and then I would pick one, and I'd explain why and get weird looks.
Well, we're going to do something similar to that, but we're going to do Who'd You Rather?
Oh.
So here's how it's going to work. I have two cards. One of them is a scenario card. The other one has two choices on it. I'm going to ask you the scenario.
And then do I get to do the same to you?
We can do it that way, or we can both decide which one we do out of these questions.
Oh, you're saying we'll both come with an answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll set them right here.
Oh, yeah, we can take turns. All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to read it first?
Go ahead. You can go first.
All right.
What's our scenario?
Who do you rather be alone in a jail cell with? Chef Gordon Ramsay or Prince Harry?
Oh, man. Well, I think Prince Henry would be a little more nicer.
Prince Harry.
Whatever.
Sorry.
But, I like the way that Chef Gordon Ramsay is an asshole to everybody. And I just learned a lot about him and his life story the other day.
Really?
yeah, like they did a whole thing on him where he was talking about his father left when he was younger, and he used to like be really rough with his mom, and then like seen him years later after he became a culinary school student, and he ended up giving him money for a flat, and then he was like, I'm going to be alone for Christmas, but then he just left him where he was. He was like, I did enough for him, and he bought a house for his mom and everything. It was a really good story.
Nice.
But yeah, I think I'd have to go with Chef Gordon Ramsay on this one. What about you?
I also would go Chef Gordon Ramsay. Here's my thought. So obviously, in prison, everyone has different jobs. He's going to be working in the kitchen, and he's going to make amazing food. Everyone's going to like him, and he's going to have power over people because maybe he can sneak different foods depending on, what he gets. And so he's going to be one of the leaders, I feel, in prison. And we're going to become really good friends, which I'm going to then be like his sub leader. And so that way I'm on, I'm up on the high up in the power rankings in jail.
Can you just imagine him critiquing the jail cell food? Who the fuck ordered this slop? It looks like somebody shit on a brick.
That's what I mean. He's going to figure out ways because he'll be in the kitchen making it to make it better. And like people are going to love him. But if you make him mad, he's giving you crap. So it's just, and then obviously we're best friends. I'm going to be on the untouchable list too. And I'm sure I'll find a business angle to get some power myself. But we're going to run the prison pretty much. Yep.
That's fair. All right. Hizzle, who would you rather rob a bank with?
Ooh.
Ryan Seacrest or Conan O'Brien?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely robbing it with Conan.
I think Conan would make it entertaining.
Oh, I love Conan. First off, Conan's actually a really smart guy. But we're going to have so much fun robbing the bank. It's going to be hilarious. We're going to have the hostages rolling with laughter on the ground. They're going to be like, one of the best experiences of my life was being robbed at a bank. Like the people robbing us were so funny and humorous. And they were so great when they took our stuff.
You know what the best part about the robbery would be? The getaway in the car when you got the music blaring and he starts doing that thing with his head and his fucking hair starts going like this.
He's going to have to wear a mask. Otherwise, they're going to recognize him.
Yeah, that's not an unrecognizable voice. You're going to need a voice modulator too.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I definitely have to go with Conan on that one.
Yep. Now that sounds fun. Huh. I got a blank card. I'm not going to make anything up, so I'm going to read.
Those are all blank cards.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Would you rather give a sponge bath to
Oh boy,
Chris Hemsworth or Liam Hemsworth? Which one's Liam Hemsworth?
I think that's his younger brother.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I mean, I prefer not to give sponge baths to guys, but maybe there's money involved.
This one's Liam.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I've seen him in movies, obviously. I don't even think I realized they were brothers, but now I look at them and it's like, they're definitely brothers.
I don't want to do either one, but I guess if I had to pick one, I guess I would have to go with Chris Hemsworth because then I could just say I didn't sponge bath Chris Hemsworth or a sponge bath Thor, and I didn't feel worthy.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Plus, I want to see if I can lift the hammer. He he's Thor and he has the hammer thing.
Yeah, but as soon as Texas hears this, he's going to think you're talking about his penis. So good job. I hope I can lift this hammer.
Yeah, that I forget that you guys take things like in bad ways.
We did, and that was the first thing that I came up with. So yeah.
Dang it. I'm talking about the actual like Thor hammer, but obviously Texas will take it wrong. Jazz is more on my level though.
I think that's what he would probably call it too. Can you lift Thor's hammer? Let me see if you're worthy.
Well, then in that case, no. I'm not worthy.
How'd I get the same card you got?
I don't know. What'd you get? A blank one?
No, who'd you rather give a sponge bath to?
Did I put it back? No. I don't know. Do another one.
Technical difficulties here. Okay. Who'd you rather have run your business? Chance the Rapper or Drake?
I feel like Drake's probably a better businessman. Well, here, let's see here. So he's called Chance the Rapper.
Yeah. He's the one that did that Kit Kat commercial.
Well, Chance the Rapper has a net worth of $25 million, where Drake has a net worth of $180 million. I'm picking Drake.
I don't like that fucking song about the telephone, so I'm going to have to go with Chance the Rapper.
All right, that's fair. I mean, my guy might be more successful running a business, but you never know. You never know. I guess your fame doesn't necessarily tell how good you're at running a business. I don't know what a business would even be. Ooh, what's this going to be? Oh, this is actually... Oh, man. Who would you rather have as your personal trainer? Chris Evans or Chris Pratt?
And that's a good question.
That's a tough question.
Well, here's the thing. Chris Pratt is more of a goofy actor.
I know the answer, though. I know I'm going to go with...
And have you seen how Chris Evans has to transform himself for fucking Captain America?
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be an intense trainer. I got to go with Chris Evans.
And I am going to deviate. I am going to go with Chris Pratt. And here's my thought process behind this. Not only is Chris Pratt in good shape, but he is married to a Schwarzenegger, which means that potentially, we can invite Arnold over for some training as well. And then Arnold's going to be there and be like, you need to go faster. You need to do this training now. And then he'll, be like, let's put more weight on it. Lift. You can do this. You can do this, Jay Hizzle. You got this. And next thing you know, Arnold's training both of us, and we're just both in amazing shape.
And then he's going to be like, I'm here to pump you up.
and then when we're done, he's be like, we got to go to dinner now. Get to the chopper. And then we'll fly out. And, oh, man, that'd be so cool.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. All right. Who would you rather stalk?
Oh.
Tom Brady or Dave Grohl?
Who's the other one?
Dave Grohl.
Oh, do I know who he is?
You don't know who Dave Grohl is, really?
How do you spell his last name? Oh, I see him. I can tell you his net worth. Oh. I wonder who has the most. Well, I don't know.
Are you really stalking based on who has more money?
No, I'm thinking who'd have like the most fun things. Like, I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I really like sports. So I'm thinking Tom Brady. But I really, I don't know. They both could be fun to follow around because. But if I follow around Tom Brady, I get to go to all these different football games. All right, Tom Brady.
Here's the thing. I'm going to pick Tom Brady, but not for the reason that you thought. I do it because I want to fuck with him. Like, I'd go to his house and start deflating his footballs.
You get like a universal remote when you change the channel.
I'd hide his Super Bowl rings.
You're gonna break into the house and hide the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Imagine he has quite one hell of a security system, but you could like dress up and pretend you work for the security system. We're just checking in and everything.
Dress up like a pizza guy and throw a pizza on his car. Like, I do all these like weird things that I could fucking think that I could get away with just to see if I could get away with them. I'd moon his fucking camera.
Yeah, you're gonna piss him off.
I'd call his house.
Coming for you. I mean, I found that disturbing. I'm sure he would. Wow. All right, let's do one more round each, and then we'll do some Southern stuff. It'll be very short, I imagine. Oh, Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh, we're doing it.
Who would you rather have tie up and spank you? Gandhi or David Hasselhoff?
Wow. Wow.
I was hoping for better choices.
Like female choices?
Yes.
Ellen DeGeneres or Michelle Obama.
It's still better. At least they're females.
It's not much better. Man. Gandhi doesn't believe in violence, though. So I don't think he could spank you. So that might be the way I'd go for Gandhi.
Yeah.
At the same time, it is the Hoff.
I know. You don't hassle the Hoff.
At the same time, though, if he starts singing in German, I'm probably going to want to shoot myself. Because that could be some slow, torturous hell.
It doesn't say how long it is. Maybe it's just like a birthday spanking. Like, I don't know.
That's 34. That shit'll hurt.
It's true. He's getting older, though. Maybe it doesn't hit as hard.
I'm going to hope that Gandhi's a pacifist. I'm going to go with Gandhi.
Well, again, neither choice is, I'd prefer none, but if I had to pick one, I at least might as well make the best of it. I've always wanted to meet David Hasselhoff. So, can we have the Knight Rider theme song going? Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully I get an autograph out of it too.
Mr. Hasselhoff, it's so nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too, Jay Hizzle. Now here's these ropes. What are you doing? Whap!
Can I have your autograph, please? Can we get a picture? Not when I'm tied up. Oh man.
Behind you with the paddle.
All right.
Well,
last round. What we got?
Who'd you rather read you a bedtime story?
Oh, okay. This is much more appropriate.
Elvis in his 20s.
Oh, okay. It'd be kind of cool.
Or Kurt Cobain.
Oh, wow. So you could be having drugs, or I am going to go with Elvis Presley. I think that'd be pretty cool to meet him. And he probably would read it pretty cool too.
Well, since that piggy left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street in the Wolf Hotel. I feel so lonely, baby. I feel so lonely. I blew his house over and he died. Thank you. Thank you very much.
See, and then if Kurt Cobain did it, you probably wouldn't even understand it, like some of his songs.
And contagious, and the Humpty fell the wall now, and he cracked him, and contagious, couldn't put back together in its stages. Yeah.
I like Weird Al's version. Here's a record, here's our bleeding, but I don't know what I'm singing. We're so loud and incoherent. Boy, this oughta bug your parents. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. What about you? Which one are you thinking?
Well, here's the thing. If you could understand Kurt Cobain and he was on like one of those Coke binges, it could be a really fucked up entertaining story.
Yeah.
Because he might just like go completely off of the actual bedtime story and start throwing in like goblins and gnomes and people are dying and sex-fueled hookers and you know what I mean? So that could be entertaining. At the same time, Elvis could sing to you.
I know, that'd be pretty cool.
That's what makes it a tough choice. But I like fucked up things, so I think I'd want to hear Kurt Cobain's fucked up drug-fueled stories.
Okay. That's fair.
And that was this week's Game of the Week.
Woohoo! And now time for a little bit of Southern Charm. All right. Well, normally this segment would be done by Jazz, but he's not here, and neither is Texas. So I figured I'd just, do something that I think Jazz would want me to do.
Oh, boy.
And, Jazz, as I was talking about, was crazy Uncle Joe Biden.
Oh, dear God.
So today I thought I'd read some famous quotes by crazy Uncle Joe. I figured he'd really appreciate this.
Jazz, I'm sorry. Send your hate tweet or send your hate mail to Poddamn Idiotz Podcast at outlook.com. I had nothing to do with this.
Joe Biden once said, "In this world, emotion has become suspect. The accepted style is smooth, antiseptic, and passionless." I have no idea what that even means, but he said it.
He also said, the kids used to go in the pool and they used to rub on my legs, my hairy legs.
Joe Biden also once said, "Social Security is not the hard one to solve. Medicare, that is the gorilla in the room. You've got to put all of it on the table." Yeah, gorillas, table.
Why can't we just have Canadian healthcare?
Canada, eh? Ooh, this is another one. "You're looking at a middle-class guy. I am who I am." Joe Biden said that one too.
Well, if he wasn't who he was, who would he be?
I have no idea. The Jazz really likes this one. He relates to this, apparently. I don't know. "When my first semester grades came out, my mom and dad told me I wouldn't be playing football." These are some very interesting quotes. Joe also said, "We are America, second to none, and we own the finish line. Don't forget it."
Just do it, Nike.
What? I don't even know what this means. Joe also said, "In the good old days when I was a senator, I was my own man." Is he not his own man anymore? I bet the Jazz actually agrees with that one.
Kamala wears the pants in this family now.
I guess.
Or is it Kamala? Kamala Luca? I don't know what her fucking name is anymore.
I think it's Kamala.
Some people are like, "Oh, I don't know what her name is. Kamala, Camellia, whatever." Anyways.
Oh, and then the great Uncle Joe Biden said, "The greatest gift is the ability to forget the bad things and focus on the good." Man, America needs to look at that quote right now, because I swear some people can't forget anything bad. They just focus on it. They're like, "Well, there's something bad. Oh, yes, that's bad. Let's focus on it. Oh, I'm so angry.
And yet he decided to shut down the Keystone Pipeline.
Oh, boy. All right, let's read one more quote for you, Jazz, from your crazy Uncle Joe Biden. Crazy Uncle Joe said, "My dad always said, champ, the measure of a man is not how often he is knocked down, but how quickly he gets up." Oh, man, I don't know. Joe's getting pretty old. I'm not sure how quick he gets up anymore, but maybe he springs right back up. Who knows?
I think he's been listening to too much Chumbawamba.
"I get knocked down, but I get up again. Ain't ever gonna keep me down."
Well, let's talk a little bit about Crazy Joe right now. Let's talk about the stimulus.
The stimulus has come out.
So we've had the third stimulus now in the range of $1,400 per person.
It sounds nice.
I know they had talked about the fact that they might be doing the continued stimulus where they'll do a monthly payment. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's going to happen. Is what I think. I mean, everything's starting to open now. We're getting vaccinated now. Herd immunity is taking place. The numbers are going down. I think we're getting to the point where it's time to follow in Texas and Florida's and Arizona's footsteps and start opening things back up. I'm not saying if you don't feel comfortable going 100%, but 50, 75%, let's start getting people doing stuff again. we're getting to the point like soon, and even in Michigan, people 16 or older next month will be able to get vaccinated, where at some point it's a choice that people have to make. And if they don't get vaccinated and they get sick, and I mean, it's kind of on them. I respect their decision, but we shouldn't be holding everyone back. So I think it's time we start opening things back up and people can get back to work. And a lot of people are already getting back to work, but it's just not sustainable to keep spending this type of money all the time.
Speaking of opening up, did you see that the UFC is actually doing a full capacity event in Florida?
Are they really?
Yes.
That's exciting.
And then the WWE decided that they're going to do 25,000 people at Raymond James Stadium for WrestleMania both nights.
Nice.
So I know that's only 35% capacity, but that's still 25,000 people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I truthfully don't think it's these huge huge events that are causing the issue. I mean, especially, I don't know if they're checking temperatures or whatnot, but people are still wearing face masks and stuff when they go to these venues because they're required to. I still think that things are really getting spread around when you go to the grocery store on the weekends and everyone is like, it's so jam packed. I mean, I remember I went into Meijer on a Saturday and people were like hitting me as they walked by because the aisles were so packed. I learned you don't go on a Saturday, Sunday afternoon. It's just crazy. I imagine you experienced that when you work at grocery places and stuff. Weekends are crazy, aren't they?
Weekends and once like 1-2 o'clock hits, just in general, because you figure more people are out of work, they're coming in, they're trying to get the stuff for dinner and all that. I don't know, because you figure I've been working in retail for the entire pandemic.
That's true.
And I have yet to catch COVID.
Knock on wood. Are to the best of your knowledge, unless you got it and you just had no symptoms. So I don't know. I always wondered, did I get it and not know it? It's possible.
Did we get it? Did we not get it? Do we have it now? Nobody fucking knows.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
But, but that's the thing. Like, I'm around, I deal with more people now than I did previously.
Yep.
I probably deal with maybe 10 times more than what I did before. But, you're still touching the surfaces that other people touched, You still got to worry about people sneezing and coughing in the air, because I've seen that while I'm working,
I will say, at least at Meijer, most people are pretty good at wearing masks still. So maybe in that particular grocery store, it's not as big of a deal. I don't know. But I'm sure there's places where they don't. And then like big parties where everyone's like drinking and not, sharing drinks and going crazy. I'm sure that is a big spreader too. But I don't think it's sporting events, especially if they're at 25 or 30% capacity and everyone's spread out.
No, and I don't think so either. And even now, I still question like how, with all these protocols and stuff, people are getting it. You know what I mean?
It just spreads. It just happens. I mean, could you really ever stop like the common cold even? You just can't. But I feel like, and maybe it's not true. Maybe it's because all the people that, have big health risks have been vaccinated now. But I've known quite a few people, including my family members, that have gotten COVID over the last month or two. And they're like, it's barely anything.
Right. And some people it hits harder than others. Like, I know people that have had trouble breathing, or they've gotten really sick, or, they've been drained of energy. I mean, it really, it's a case by case basis. You can't, lump everybody into one thing.
I wonder if it's weakening a little bit, because the people I've known that have had issues were back earlier, and the recent people I've known have had no issues. And I don't know if just because they're younger now, or they're healthier, and the people that aren't as healthy have already been vaccinated, or is it mutates over and over again? Is it starting to weaken a little bit? I don't know.
Is it the different variant? I mean, there's so many different variables. We can't really, pinpoint it to one thing.
It's interesting. I was looking at like new cases. New cases are they're starting to kind of plateau a little bit. They're not going down as much as now we'd like, but deaths are going down. So people aren't dying like they used to either.
In my opinion, and again, this is my opinion, I'm not a health, professional. I can't, sit there and diagnose things. But I honestly think that the herd immunity that we have gained over the last year of dealing with COVID, and being around people that might have been symptomatic or asymptomatic, or, I think that has built up at least a tolerance of some sort that has made it weakened.
I would agree with that.
So
I mean, I see it eventually. It's gonna be. Oh, I'm not feeling the greatest. Went to the doctor. I got COVID. I'll be in next week. I'm gonna work the rest of the week from home. That's it.
Right. You know, before it was like everybody needs to quarantine.
Yeah.
You need to check back in 2 weeks, and then like
it was like the end of the world at first. I remember.
Right, and then like when I was taking people to go get their COVID tests, they're like, "Oh yeah, they got COVID. They need to be quarantined for 10 days."
Yeah, it's not even 2 weeks anymore. Just 10 days from when you get symptoms, even.
Right, and then it's like, "Oh, well, you're negative." Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting, but so yeah, I don't see. We can't keep giving stimulus away all the time. So, no, I don't. I think it would hurt the economy in the long run because then taxes get raised. It'd be a mess. I understand we need to put some stimulus in the economy to get things going, but I think we're good now. Let's go. As long as the government does, lets its grip go and lets things go how they're supposed to.
Right, and then that's going to be the big key because you figure. Every state's doing their own thing. Unless, the president sits there and goes, all right, you need to open everything back up and not let the states, have a grip on everything like, Whitmer has with Michigan or
I know it'd be interesting
California
it'd be interesting to see how like Texas and Florida and Arizona's economy compares to some of these other states.
Right, because a lot of them are opened up completely. They're not dealing with the same stuff that we're dealing with here in Michigan.
Yeah, everyone that goes down to Florida has told me it's like COVID doesn't exist. You just have to wear a mask. So it'll be very interesting. But yeah, that's Southern Charm. For you, Jazz, for you. And now we go on to our top 5. 5. All right, so our top 5. We have our top 5 fears. And we were lucky enough to get submissions from both the Jazz and Texas.
I was very proud of them for sending in their fears.
Yep.
Because not a lot of people are going to admit to their fears. I mean,
very unique fears. Should we do ours first or do you want to do theirs first?
I think we should do theirs first.
All right.
What did the Jazz tell you he's afraid of?
The Jazz, let me see if I can find the list on here, has some very interesting fears. Some of them really surprised me, actually. He faces his fears a lot. So his 5th fear, it's kind of a weird one. I don't fear this, but he fears small, furry animals.
Like hamsters?
Yeah, I'm guessing hamsters, chinchillas, maybe kittens, chihuahuas.
Not kittens.
I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with, he's a tall guy and they buy your feet, and if they get your feet, he goes timber and it hurts.
It could be. I mean, elephants are scared of little mice when they go by. So
yeah, that's true. It makes perfect sense. But small furry animals was his 5th. Huh. This one, I don't understand it. I don't know if he's ever been down to Disney or not, but his 4th greatest fear is Disney princesses.
What?
That's an interesting one. I am actually attracted to some of the Disney princesses. Jasmine, give me a call. But
I'm hoping we're talking about the live
princesses
and not the cartoon.
The cartoons aren't real, but the live ones, like at Disney World, they are, or the movie even. Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, that Jasmine was pretty hot.
New world, don't you dare close your eyes. But the Jazz would close his eyes because he is terrified of the Disney princesses.
It's okay. Hold your breath. It gets better.
Yep. Or you pass out. Hold your breath. It gets better. And then this next one is interesting because, so you know how Jazz eye races,
right?
And he faces his fear every night. He's actually afraid of the other drivers on iRacing.
What?
He's petrified. I think it's because he's worried that they're going to take him out and make him look bad. And it's a fear that other people are going to see him spinning and crashing, especially on his live streams. And he just doesn't like to look like a fool. And it stresses him out so much. It's a fear. I think that's why he has to practice and prepare so much, take deep breaths. And then he acts all tough on his stream. But inside, he's like, no, hand me down. Oh my gosh, it's the other car. It's the other car. They're going so fast. So, and then this is a weird one. You think that since he dresses up as his fear, that he wouldn't be his fear, but his number 2 is tall people in kilts.
What?
I know. It really scares him. Sometimes if you listen to some of his video you'll hear him scream in terror. Ah!
It makes perfect sense.
It does. It actually has nothing to do with when he's like throwing something. It's just he looks and he sees another tall guy in a kilt and he's like, ah! And the guy's like the scorekeeper or something. He's standing in the same place. So every time he goes to throw, he sees it and he yells. So it makes sense why he does that.
So maybe it motivates him and he gets it a little further than he thought he would because, he starts screaming.
Yep.
I get it. Okay.
And then number one, this is a secret. Like he hides this fear really well.
And we're going to tell this on the podcast.
Yeah, because I think it makes sense now after like all the Southern charms I've done and all the like texts and messages I get from him. He actually deep down is deathly afraid of Republicans and people that don't like crazy Uncle Joe.
What?
I know, deathly afraid. Like his neighbor he had over, he actually really liked that neighbor. I don't remember what his name was, but was it Mike or something? I don't know. But yeah, he hides it really well. But oh man, when there's Republicans around or people that don't like crazy Uncle Joe, he gets scared. Like, oh my gosh, I want to run, but he acts tough, and then he acts like he isn't afraid at all. But we know with that AOC poster that hangs up in his bedroom that
that one where she's going.
Yep. So, but those are the Jazz's fears. And you know what, Jazz? That was really manly of you to share those. Some of those are very interesting fears too, I must say.
Yeah, so we're really proud of you.
Yep, we'll help you through those at some point. All right, what would Texas? What kind of fears does he have?
Oh man, you would not believe some of these fears. Like it didn't make sense until just now.
Just now?
Yes.
Literally.
Yes. So believe it or not, but his number 5 is cheese.
Oh man, that sucks.
But he's like specifically Swiss cheese because it has holes in it.
Oh, holy cheese.
And I don't know what scares him about that. I don't know if he's not scared of like where the holes came from.
What to do with the holes?
Right. Or like does that make it like not good because it has holes in it? But it's Swiss cheese.
Yeah, Texas, you just eat it. You don't do anything else to it.
It's okay. Just pretend the holes aren't there. If you have to, cut it into little pieces so it's not holy anymore.
Yep.
You'll be just fine.
I'm not worthy of the holy cheese. Yes, you are.
So that's number 5. Number 4, and I can't believe this because, his daughter does this all the time. He's scared of art.
Oh.
So I don't know how he handles that at his house because like she's painting his doors. She's painting pictures.
I think that's why he's crying all the time when he's in his house. No.
Like maybe that's why he was freaking out that she was cleaning up her mess the other day and was making a bunch of rapping noise.
That makes sense. That really does.
But yeah, art.
Texas, I see. Don't worry, Texas. It's going to be all right.
We got you right here.
Yep.
Man. And then it's number 3. I would have never guessed this in all my life. He has a fear of VCR tapes.
Oh, VCR. Man.
Like
I wonder if he used to get yelled at for not rewinding them, so that's why he has a fear when he sees it.
That would make perfect sense. Like, I don't know if it's like maybe the sound when it's in the VCR or it's like the tracking that you had to do in the VCR, but man, VCR tapes.
I just see him a VHS. He's just hyperventilating. Get it away from me. No, rewind.
Or if that strip came out and he had to sit there and try to turn it, like I could definitely see why you'd be scared of that. Like,
or maybe it's because
that used to hurt my thumb having to change that.
Remember when you'd play the tapes and the first thing that came up was the FBI warning?
Oh yeah, that would scare me too because then I'd be like, man, did I like do something wrong with this tape?
I'm sure they still exist somewhere, but usually you just go right through it in the menu. But you couldn't. You had to look at it or fast forward. So
right.
So yeah, wow, that's an interesting fear.
Yeah. And then his number 2, and I mean I can kind of understand this, but he's afraid of ducks.
Ducks. Oh, that's why he gets so upset in the Bite Me segment when the ducks come on and go whack, whack, whack. He looks terrified.
I mean, I'd be scared too. Like I've had a duck chase me before because I threw some bread at it and it thought I had more. I didn't.
Oh yeah, they'll.
Especially
like, well, I guess they're basically ducks, swans and stuff. Canadian geese.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
Right.
That's a legit fear. I understand. Texas, I get it.
But man, his number 1 fear, and I can't believe that he told me this. Fields of corn.
Oh, because he probably seen like
Children of the Corn.
Yeah, and what was the one where the aliens come down and they make crop circles and stuff? I think Mel Gibson's in it.
Signs,
yeah.
I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah, I bet Texas does too. Oh man, if he were to drive through Iowa, he'd be crying the whole way.
you know, and I don't know if it's because he's scared of like the movies that had corn in them. I don't know if he's scared of corn on the cob on a stalk. Like he might even be scared of canned corn. I don't know, but
I don't know.
But he said fields of corn.
Yeah.
So it's really crazy.
I wonder if he likes the band corn or not.
Maybe he likes them because it's spelled different.
Yeah, he's like, if it's with a K, I'm okay.
But if it's a C, watch out.
Every time microwave has popcorn in it, he's like, ah, pop, 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 pop.
Hit the deck.
Yep. All right. Well, they have some interesting fears.
What about you, Jay Hizzle?
Oh, man. All right. I thought of like the things that stressed me out the most in life and made them my fear. So first, number 5, this one's scary for me, but luckily I don't get to do it often, so it's okay. Dating. Woo. I gotta tell you, these days dating is just crazy.
That's a good social anxiety.
It is. I mean, especially like these dating websites, you're trying to like basically sell yourself, which clearly I'm not good at. And then you talk to these people and you don't, I mean, hopefully they're real people, but you hear all these stories and stuff. And then you wonder, and then you talk to them and it's going good. And then you got to go meet for the first time. And it just always seems awkward because in normal life, you meet a girl and you guys talk and you start hanging out slowly and do stuff and develop feelings. In the dating world, clearly you have an agenda of you either want to date the person or you don't want to. So I feel like there's pressure. You go on that first date and usually I try to make it as normal and not awkward as possible, but I feel the anxiety and stress. So dating,
especially if you're afraid like you're going to lose a kidney or something.
Yeah. I don't know if I worry about that or not, but I guess you never know.
I mean, like, say we went to Pennsylvania and there was like 2 cute girls there and we're like, oh, hey, let's bring them up to the hotel room. Like, we might lose a kidney.
Oh, because like they cut it out of us because they're really trying to get organs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I guess if the girl's like looks really ripped or something, I gotta maybe say no. I don't know.
Throw you around. It might be interesting.
See? So much to be worried about. Let's see. I always worry about like money things, so I figure a fear would be messing up in life and somehow going completely broke.
I've done that.
Was it scary?
It was.
See? I realize that I'll be fine and I have a great support system, but still, it's like a failure. Like, I don't know. I was really like, what if I take a risk and then I mess up? I mean, I still end up taking the risk anyway, but that's a fear. That's definitely a legit fear that sometimes I have to overcome to try new things in life and stuff. So
like to me, the worst part was like, if I knew a bill was going to come out and it was going to be shut off because I didn't have the money to pay for it. And I didn't want to ask somebody, hey, can I borrow $100 so I can pay my water bill? And then I look like an asshole when I'm on like Facebook and I go, well, water shut off. And then my mom's like, why'd you get your water shut off? I didn't pay it. Why didn't you pay it? I didn't have the money. Why didn't you ask me? I was afraid to. You know, it's just a vicious cycle.
Yep. So yes, see, that's a fear. Number 3, needles. I mean, like I can go do shots and blood tests and stuff, but I'll tell you, when I'm going to the doctor and I know I'm going to get a blood test or a shot. Yeah. Ugh. Like I remember getting off the exit and I'm like, I could just go right back onto the freeway. No one's forcing me to do this, but I go and I get it. And it's usually not even that bad, but I just hate needles. Even watching movies and TV, when they like have to give someone a shot or something, I'll look away. I get that feeling. What happened was a little kid, I had asthma, but before they knew I had asthma, I had to take all these blood tests and all these shots for allergies. They actually had like a tray. They put like 10 shots in each arm to see what I was allergic to. And I would cry every time I went to the doctor. To this day, when I go to the doctor, my blood pressure skyrockets and I get anxiety. I mean, I handle it. Like I face my fears because my brain knows better. I'm pretty good at that, but I hate needles. Just saying. This one is my number 2 fear. Maybe it should even be number 1, but I always worry that I'm dying of cancer or some other crazy disease at an early age. Like I realize as you get older, there's a good chance that could happen, but I'm always worried about getting it like now, like, 30s, 40s when I'm young and I still have too much I want to do in life. And I always think anytime I have a weird pain or something, that it's cancer. Like I can't help it.
I stubbed my toe. I got toe cancer.
If it ached long enough, like you go look up, I had this problem where I'm like, oh, this is weird or hurting. I'll just quickly go Google it, see what it is. And it's like, it's this, or this, or in rare instances, it's cancer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have cancer. And then I call my parents and they act like I'm crazy. But my dad's, done medical stuff, so he usually calms me down.
So basically what you're saying is you're a hypochondriac.
Yes, but the good news is my fear of going broke, which includes going to have to pay for all these health tests, it cancels it out. So I do not go to the doctor unless I'm really concerned about something or my physical. But so at least my two fears help like level them out. And then number one fear is probably being bitten or stung by a small poisonous animal and dying, like a scorpion. Like getting stung and then like suffering and dying, or like a venomous snake or something. It just sounds so terrifying. I don't want that to happen. Or like the brown recluse spiders that some people have a deathly reaction to them, especially if it happened in Michigan where we probably don't have like the antibodies or the antidotes. Down in Texas, they might, but when Texas tells me about scorpions, it just sounds scary. I realize the ones that he gets stung by don't kill you, but doesn't it sound awful?
It does.
So, but yeah, those are my fears. Pretty interesting.
Those are some interesting fears.
It really made me think when it's like, what are your fears? Because like I don't have like, some people have fears where they scream and cry and they run. I mean, my fears I can face and I can overcome. Well, I guess if I die, I can't necessarily overcome that, but I think I come to terms with it. But it's just those are some of the things that give me anxiety and that I would consider a fear. So, what about you?
Oh man, this is gonna be hard to admit, but number 5. I won't lie, I've been terrified of snakes. Like
I understand that.
Like it's not the fact that like I see a snake and I'm scared of it, because like I can go to the zoo and stuff and see a snake and be just fine. I've petted one. I've had one in my hands, but it's like when you find one in a random place.
Yeah,
like the story I told on the podcast where it was down in my basement and it was along the wall.
That would freak me out too.
Or there was a little garter snake in my sock that my mom found. That she put in a plastic bag and then she took it outside. Or I remember once me and one of my nephews was picking berries out at my old house because we had these like berry bushes and berry trees and stuff. And there just happened to be a snake along or like coiled up right there by the tree. And we didn't notice it. And then like he freaked out and threw all the berries and I went running. And then, I was mad because we lost all the berries, obviously. But, so, that fear of snakes, obviously.
No, I understand that one.
Number 4, I'm scared of the dark.
Really? That's an interesting one.
Yeah. Like when the power goes out, like I can handle it for, a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's just like the pitch dark and not knowing like what's there, like what's in front of you. Like that bothers me.
I can see that. I'm weird. I actually like the dark, but probably because I burn so easy. I don't know.
So like as a kid, I always had my TV on, or I'd be watching a movie or something so I could fall asleep. Like even now I have the TV on when I'm sleeping,
I do remember last year when we had that power outage released over here for like 3 or 4 days. It was kind of weird.
Like I can handle it to a degree, but like I had a lantern that I would turn on, and then like when I was getting ready to crash, I'd turn it off and I'd be okay. You know what I mean? But if I was just sitting in the dark for 3-4 hours, like it really started to bother me, especially if I started hearing like noises outside or.
I understand that. But like these days, unless like you said, the power goes out, like in my room, for an example, I got a light from an alarm clock. I got other things that have little lights on them, so I can always see things. But yeah, when you lose power and it's pitch black, you don't see anything.
Number 3 is going to be an interesting one.
Oh,
like a real interesting one, and I got to tell you the backstory behind this. I have a fear, or I had a fear, of the Welch's drink kids from the commercials.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen those in a long time.
You remember what I'm talking about, where they're like, oh, we had the thing from Concentrate, and then you just stir. I had a dream one time where those kids like turned into like zombies and tried to attack me, like vampire type shit, where they were like trying to attack you and bite you. And I was like maybe 6, 7. So for like 7 years, I was scared of them motherfuckers. And like anytime the commercial would come on, I'd start to freak out.
No.
Like I'd have to leave the room, or I'd like start being like real loud. My mom like, what's going on? I'm like, the Welch's kids are on.
Dreams will do freaky things like that, though.
Yeah.
I bet if you still saw it, you'd have a little like, I remember how I used to feel.
Like, it bothers me every now and then, but it's, you know what I mean? Like, I have weird dreams about stuff like that all the time. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah. My number 2, thunderstorms. Like I don't mind like little thunderstorms, but it's like the really loud, like crashing thunderstorms.
Oh man. I think a lightning bolt actually struck down over there one day. It was so loud. That's also in my cable box that I still need to do something with. Stopped working.
That was like a year ago.
Was it not a year ago? But I need to figure out if I want to keep it or just get rid of it.
You know, the messed up thing about the thunderstorm thing, like I was kind of scared of it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember I got into a fight with one of my exes one time, and it was downpouring rain. Like, I left the car and she took off. And I know she's going to hear this story and probably yell at me for telling this. But then I ended up walking back to Meyer, was trying to find a phone, couldn't find a phone. I ended up walking to Michael's in the pouring rain. I was sad. I was crying. It was thundering. That scared me. So, you know, then I called my mom and had her come get me. And then there was the time I was driving home from, I think, Grand Ledge or Grand Rapids or something like that. And as I was driving, a lightning bolt struck to the side of me while I was driving, and it completely blinded me. So that freaked me the fuck out.
You're safe in a car, though.
Yeah, but it's the fact that it blinded me while I'm driving.
Blinded by the light.
And then there was the time where I watched a video on YouTube, and there was a video of like a lightning bolt that hit the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the water, like, you know, shot up and was like cascading across, you know. And I remember I was doing some floating down the river, and it started downpouring, and you could hear the thunder. And that was the first thing I could think of, because it was like 3 days after I watched that.
Yep.
So
I'm kind of strange. I actually really enjoy thunderstorms, except for driving and really bad ones. I don't like that when you can't see crap.
Right. Like that intimidates me. But like if I'm in my house, you know, I'm fine. But if it's like really loud thunder, like that really bothers me. Like that gets my anxiety up. Sometimes
it's a really good storm. I'll actually turn everything off and open the the blinds and just watch.
Like I like rain. I like watching lightning, but it's that loud thunder. I don't know about it.
Yep. No, man. Sometimes it'll shake the house. Sometimes it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, especially like my old house where I got windows, you know, that rattle.
Mm-hmm.
Like as soon as you hear that thunder, you can feel it go vibrating the windows because it's wooden windows and everything.
Now my windows here are old. When it gets really windy, they actually make a noise and go brrr. But the new roof first, then new windows as time goes on. Eventually.
But yeah, my number 1, spiders. I fucking hate spiders.
That makes sense.
When I was a kid,
I'm not a spider fan either.
Well, when I was a kid, I remember I was sitting on my floor and I was watching, I think, Looney Tunes, and my cousin was watching me at the time. And I remember looking up, and there was this big ass fucking thing sitting on the wall, and I was pretty sure it was a spider. And then it like disappeared, and then it came back, and I remember my dad sprayed a whole can of fucking bug spray on it to drop it. But it looked like a fucking like tarantula or something, like in my head. Like that's how I remember it. So like spiders freak me the fuck out. Like a little tiny spider, that's not a big deal. You know what I mean? But like I was at Petco the other day with Elena, and we were walking around and we were looking at the lizards and the hamsters and stuff. And then we got over to the spiders, and there was like one that looked like a fucking tarantula. And I was like, nope, that's an 8-legged. Fuck, nope.
That's interesting, because I've held a tarantula before, and the tarantulas don't worry me as much because I know they're not poisonous. It's the little ones where I'm like, is that a poisonous one? Am I going to die if it bites me? Because you can't see them coming.
Like I can handle like a daddy long legs or something like that. But like, I don't know, like any other spider, like that really bugs me, especially if like I can actually like see more of it.
They still piss me off when they're in my house. My rule is I don't see you, you live.
Like I can handle spider webs and stuff too, like even though they bother me, but like a fucking big ass spider, nope.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my top 5.
All right, I understand that. And hey, we're gonna get to hear Texas's voice because we know in his heart he's angry right now.
I'm angry, and it's time to tell somebody to bite me.
Bite me!
Bite me!
Bite me!
Bite me! Bite me! Bite me!
And now, it's time for Bite Me! Featuring J. Hizzle, Ric, Spade, and Guzzlebird!
Yeah. Wait.
Wait for it. It's okay, Texas, when you're listening to this. I know it's a fear of yours.
He's hiding under the sheets now.
He's like, no. Oh, man. Do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Well, I have something, although I will tell you that Michigan State's playing right now, and they're playing UCLA, and they were doing really good and up by a lot, and now they're only up by 3. Upsets me, but I can't really tell anyone to bite me because I'm just mad about that. But all right, this is a real problem, guys. Something that shouldn't be happening. It's probably considered a first world issue. But I was waking up the other day, right? And when I wake up, I have a song that plays over my. I have one of those alarm clocks, but it's an Alexa alarm clock. So it actually replaced an alarm clock that I had for like 20 years, I swear. But so it's pretty cool because you just talk to Alexa. She talks back. She does things. You know, I told her to set my alarm to like when the morning comes, but she got the song wrong. But it was actually a really nice song to wake up to, so I haven't changed it. I'm like, this is great. So everything works out great. You know, the alarm goes off. And I'm like, Alexa, turn the alarm off. She turns it off. We get along great. The other day, the alarm goes off. I'm like, all right, listen to a little bit. And I'm like, all right, gotta turn the alarm off. Alexa, turn the alarm off. And then she like gets the music gets quiet and then it comes back again. Alexa, turn the alarm off. Gets quiet, comes back again. Alexa, turn the alarm off. She refused to turn the alarm off. Just kept the music going and going. You know, I'm guessing the neighbors can't hear it, but still, I need some quiet time now that I'm awake. And so I physically have to roll over. Imagine, because I sleep in the middle of my bed. I had to roll over, and I'm not even awake yet. And I'm sore because from working out. And then I had to physically look at the screen I didn't have glasses on yet. And I had to touch the dismiss button and slide it up to dismiss the alarm by hand. What the hell? I got an Alexa alarm clock, so I don't have to do that. So you know what? Alexa, you can bite me. And then today, you know what happened. Ric was asking Siri a question, and Siri came up with some BS. We don't ask these computer questions to get BS. We ask for an answer. So Siri, you can bite me too. I am not happy with AI right now. This artificial intelligence got to get smarter. Oh, man. All right.
You feel better now?
I feel better.
You know, I've been sitting all week trying to figure out something, anything for me to be mad about. And every time, I just couldn't think of anything until literally 30 seconds ago.
Did I piss you off or what?
No,
Oh, yes.
not yet. We'll see how I feel after we get back from Pittsburgh. You know what upsets me?
People that don't like mac and cheese.
No, because I don't like mac and cheese. That means I hate myself.
What the heck? All right, I got something for next week. Go.
Fair. When you're at the gym and you're in the back and you're getting dressed and you see somebody come in and you hear them go, ugh, and you're like, are you okay? And I thought maybe it was something I did because I heard my ringtone go off right after they said that, like maybe it freaked them out. And they're like, oh man, I think I'm going to be sick. And then all of a sudden you see them go into the bathroom and you can hear them violently vomiting into the toilet.
Dang, that's when you've worked out too hard, in my opinion.
Well, this guy was wearing like a fucking, like one of those weighted vests.
Oh, I hear you can get good workout in those. I should get one of those.
While trying to, do all these body workouts, and the fact that he worked out so hard that he threw up, but I have to fucking hear it, and I have to hear him go, now I'm trying not to throw up, even though I had an easy workout and I wasn't working out so hard, and we're in that era where we're worried about, COVID. And
I know. No kidding.
And you're seeing this guy, you're hearing this guy throwing up in the bathroom. Like, couldn't you have swallowed it or something, or not said that you think you were going to throw up? Like, couldn't you have just went to the bathroom and did it instead of like thinking you were going to? Like, seriously, you can bite me.
I looked up, is it okay to work out until you throw up? And it says you don't need to puke for a workout to be effective. Vomiting occasionally from a workout is okay. It's not fun, but there's nothing inherently wrong with it. However, there's no need to make it a habit when you work out. That just means you're not training intelligently and within your work capacity. So basically, don't work out till you throw up. I hate throwing up, so you don't have to worry about that for me, I don't think. I'll probably pass out first. I made a joke. I said, one of these days, because when I do my boxing at the gym, they pull me aside. Jean-Marie pulls me aside at the very end after I'm already worn out to do my stuff with him one-on-one. So my thought is one of these days, either because I go as hard as I can, even when I'm dead exhausted. I'm like, one of these days you're going to see me just like pass out in the corners. But I understand.
Just as long as you don't have a seizure doing it.
Yeah, I don't, hopefully knock on wood, I'm done with that. Guzzlebird, what about you?
Oh boy, do I got something for you.
Oh boy.
You know what makes me mad?
When people hunt your cousins.
Well, yeah, fuck that guy, and you know who we're talking about.
What else makes you mad?
You know what makes me mad is when some dumbass decides that for a Rick stunt, he's going to eat a fucking world's hottest gummy bear. And then I only get one segment on the fucking show. I don't get to do my tweets. I don't get to talk to Al Snow. I don't get to tell any jokes. I don't get to guess on the Urban Dictionary definition of the week. Bullshit. So Rick Spade, you can bite me. Fuck you.
Wow. We got we got a fight going on here. Woo.
You're an asshole.
Well, that is a bite me. We got our anger out, and now we got the plane. It's Rick's segment. It's still going,
It's a long plane.
Yeah, you can hear it from the distance. Pretty cool.
All right. So for Rick's segment, let's keep it a little brief.
All right.
Let's talk about your workout.
My workout?
Workout in general.
Oh, okay.
So something that I've learned as to how to properly manipulate your muscles so you can get that muscle gain that you want. Now, originally, I thought doing sets was the best way to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to a degree it is. But I found out the best way to actually train your muscles is to do something until you have muscle failure.
So you're saying do it until your muscles are shaking and can't lift anymore, sort of thing?
Yeah, pretty much till they give out. So like if you're doing like barbell curls, just keep doing it until your arms give out and you can't fucking do it anymore. That's going to actually build the muscle memory in your body. It's going to actually train your muscles to gain more mass.
Really?
Yeah. I was learning this from the one guy that I watch on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a whole diagram that showed, basically this is how you do this. It's not about the weight even, because you can sit there and do an easy weight, but the more reps you get, the more that you can get that muscle failure, the quicker you're going to gain that.
Because I thought like the heavier weights, you'd have muscle failure faster, and that's for really building muscle And doing more reps, which takes longer, leans like you still gain muscle, but it leans you out more.
Right.
So depending what you're going for.
Right. But see, as long as you're going until failure, regardless, you're going to build that muscle memory. Because like you might do 3 sets of, 30 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
Now that might give you a gain to where you can, see your muscles, see your veins. Like I do that all the time. But that's not going to get you the long-term gain that you're going to want. You're going to want to try to go to failure, and you don't have to do it with everything. You can do sets on some stuff, but like the major things that you really like to do, I do till failure because that's really what's going to get your muscles going. And then the next time that you go, your body will be more trained, and then you can step it up, you can step it down. You don't have to try to, overdo it and max out your weight. Find a good level weight, do it until failure.
Okay.
And you'll get more gain out of it.
And is failure considered when you can no longer do it in proper form or can't do it at all?
Pretty much can't do it at all.
Okay. I don't know if form came into that too. Like if you can kind of do it, but you're way out of form, if you're like, all right, this is failure, or if you'll still try to get that last one in or something.
Because there's times where you're doing like a set of 10 with somebody and you have to have that spotter like help you up on that last little bit. Like that's understandable. But I mean, if you're completely like failing, like where you can't lift it up, that's when you're actually getting the good gain.
So do you have people in there that spot for you, or do you do free weights or machine weights?
A lot of the stuff I do is the Smith machines just because it's got the weight already on it.
Yep.
I do like the dumbbells and I do it got like a bicep curl bar that, like the long bar.
Yep.
And I usually do like 50 or 60 pounds. And then I'll do what they call 21s. But I usually do like the 7 up, 7 down, and then 7 the full way I go until I can't do it anymore.
Okay.
So and that gets a lot of the definition in your arms and gets the veins popping and gets the blood flowing. That's when you really know that you're getting that good workout, is when you got the blood flowing in your veins and stuff. So
and then when you're done, you take like a protein shake or anything?
Protein shake, water, Gatorade, something that's going to hydrate you. Obviously something that's going to build muscle mass. Like I use a protein powder.
Yep. I have with protein water. Powder too. I usually either drink after my morning exercise or on the way home after boxing, depending on what my meal plans are, because the shake replaces the whole meal.
And it really depends on the type of ones you got, because there's some for pre-workout, there's some for post-workout, there's some for muscle gain, there's some for like just energy.
Yep.
So you really got to find the one that's right for what you're doing. So
mine's a custom blend of protein powder, and then I also put greens in there and some beet powder, which helps because my blood pressure is actually my blood pressure is really coming down as I lose weight and stuff. So that's helped actually a lot. But cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the tips. That's some good stuff. And now it's time for tweets of the week.
Yay.
Oh, Texas, these dad jokes are for you. I know how much you love them. So Texas, I hope you listen to this. I taught my pet wolf how to meditate. Now he's aware wolf. He's aware. Hey, why can't a nose be 12 inches? Then it would be a foot. Get it? Oh, boy. I like this one. I asked my dad why I decided to buy a boat. He said there was a sale. That one's really good, too. What do you call a knife that cuts 4 loaves of Irish bread at once? A 4-loaf cleaver. These are St. Patty's Day ones. Why do people wear shamrocks on St. Patrick's Day? Regular rocks are too heavy, so they wear rocks that are a sham.
Oh, Jesus.
Why is it a bad idea to iron a 4-leaf clover? Because you shouldn't press your luck. These are so great. What's the highest rank in the popcorn army? Colonel. My wife is thinking of leaving me because of my obsession with poker, but I think she's bluffing. Come on, you must appreciate that one a little bit, being a poker guy.
You're killing me, Smalls.
What would you call a walking mosquito? An itch hiker. Let's see here. Did you hear about the mermaid who liked math? She wore an algae bra.
I'm gonna hang myself before we even get to Pittsburgh.
All right. Well, let's see. One more, maybe. What does a clam do on his birthday? He celebrates. Oh, wait. What's this one? Okay, one last one. I asked my wife to rate my listening skills, and she said, "You're an 8 on a scale of 10. I still don't get why she wanted me to urinate on a skeleton. All right. Let's look at a classic Donald Trump tweet. This one was from September 23rd, 2017, where he had just heard Foreign Minister of North Korea speak at UN. If he echoes thoughts of Little Rocket Man, they won't be around much longer. Oh, yeah. He used to be, before he became friends with North Korea, he used to threaten him. I remember that. He called him Rocket Man. But then they, met and stuff. And he's like, I guess Rocket Man really isn't as bad as I thought. Let's have peace. Peace be with you, Rocket Man. Just keep your little rockets here. And then Joe Biden's trying to figure it out now. Like, what?
In the butt.
I'm going to pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. And then Arnold hasn't said too much. He did thank someone the other day. He said, thank you for putting a spotlight on the everyday heroes reforming the system to give power back to the people. He likes to congratulate and thank people. And I like that. Good job, Arnold. You need a good job thanking people. And those are my tweets of the week. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Guzzle bird, what is the word?
First, let's start with Al Snow.
All right.
I love Al Snow. He's so great. First, he said, what are all these broken condoms doing on the couch? And his wife replied, you really need to stop calling the kids that. And then he said, I remember when water was free and you paid for porn.
Oh, now it's the opposite.
Pornhub, YouPorn, it's all free.
And you buy bottled water. Ah.
It's ridiculous. So that's all he's got. Now let's go to the Jurassic Park tweets.
Good old Jurassic Park. It's frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's see here. Our accounting department died in a riverboat.
Oh, no.
Before that, they wrote, can someone help us with our taxes? Can you write off lawyer fees? That makes sense now. Honestly, I have no idea why we have a water park component. Why would they have a water park? It's Jurassic Park.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they have like the water dinosaur in Jurassic World.
Yo, could you imagine if Borat was a dinosaur? That shit would be fucked up. But now, imagine this. What a piece. Okay, couple more. They got some good ones this week. Are dinosaurs like rim jobs from humans?
What? Why would they want new rims for? They don't even have tires.
You know, if a human gave a dinosaur a rim job, it would actually probably be a 30-inch rim down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone left a pair of baby shoes. They can be retrieved in the lost and found in the front office. They seem like they were never warned. World's saddest tweet.
Oh.
Our dinosaurs just ate a bunch of medications that were in the lost and found. It's the freaking weekend, baby. I miss being on the show. All right, I got 3 more. I'm so sick of cleaning this shit up, man. I don't know if they mean the actual shit, if they mean blood. I don't know if they mean human carcasses.
That might be it.
They also wrote, it bugs me when dinosaurs eat someone. That makes more sense. See, it might be the blood. And finally, none of our dinos will be taking the vaccine.
Oh, well, that makes sense because they probably, I don't think animals are affected by it.
I don't know if they get COVID. They could run amok. Jurassic World 4.
There we go.
COVID outbreak. And those are the tweets of the week. And now. It's the Urban Dictionary definition of the week. Take it away, Rick Spade.
Oh, that works out good, actually. Oh, Urban Dictionary.
Jay Hizzle. Jay Hizzle. Can you tell me what a salmon slap is?
Oh, yeah, this happens in the ports all the time. Oh, man, it's stinky, let me tell you that. Whew. All right, but sometimes like, fishermen, sailmen or whatever, they have a bunch of fish, salmon on their boat and whatnot, and sometimes they walk around. I don't know why they walk around with salmon, but so they're talking to their friends, la 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 la, and someone just says something stupid, right? Probably me. Let's be honest. And then the fisher guy takes the salmon and he just bam slaps the guy right in the face with it. That's what happens. That's like his way of saying that was stupid. And the salmon smells like fish, obviously, a little stinky. So basically a fish to the face.
Your fucking definition was stupid.
Well, you say it's wrong?
Duh. All right. Salmon slap. When 2 lesbians rub and slap their vaginas all over one another. Wow, Susie sure salmon slapped Gene last night. Salmon slap.
Ah, okay.
We only got one this week.
No, that's okay. Wow. Craziness. Well, it is getting time for our closing words. And I don't even know which one of us is closing the show. Is it me?
Well, you opened the show, so I guess I'm closing.
Oh, you're going to close the show. All right. I don't remember how everything goes anymore. But, this is pretty impressive. But there's 2 of us here, and we still entertain everyone for almost 2 hours.
Holy shit.
That's right. Well, let's leave with some good positive quotes or just interesting quotes. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's what you're made of, not the circumstances. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. I like that one. If we have the attitude that it's going to be a great day, it usually is. That's true. Attitude's everything. I was believing that. You can either experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The choice is yours. Oh, that one sounds kind of painful either way. Huh. Impossible is just an opinion. I like that one. And then let's see here. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can make that happen, you can make anything happen. And don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. I really like that one too. Because sometimes you're like, I have it good right now, but man, if there's something you really want, you just got to go for it. You don't want to live thinking, man, I could have done this great thing, but I didn't because I was too afraid. So don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. All right. That's my words of wisdom. Some quotes that I like, some quotable quotes.
It's good. That's good. I only got 2 this week. My first one, outgrind, out hustle, outwork everyone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If you sit there and you do the work and you try to outwork everyone, you go places.
Yep.
You just got to believe in yourself. You got to make things happen. And finally, we must let go of the life we had planned so as to better accept the one that is waiting for us. Joseph Campbell.
I like it.
So, with that being said, thank you for joining us here at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. You can find us at our Facebook page at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast or our YouTube page at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. Check out our videos. They're great. There's going to be even some clips. Matter of fact, later this week, I plan on posting the clip of me eating the world's hottest gummy bear.
Yeah, you should see that. Even if you don't watch the show, just watch that.
Yeah, check it out. It was great. 9 million Scoville. Also, check out the actual podcast at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. You can find us on Podbean, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Apple. I believe we're also on some other ones like Pandora, Spotify, and others. Check us out. Try and find us. And leave a 5-star review. And then maybe you want to talk to us. You can talk to us on the Twitter at Poddamn Ric Spade, Poddamn Texas, or Poddamn Idiotz P1. Or you can email Jay Hizzle at poddamnidiotspodcast@outlook.com. And please tell your friends, your family, your loved ones, the person giving you a blood shot,
Yikes.
your cashier, your gas station attendant, the hooker on the corner, your doctor, the person giving you a COVID shot, your pharmacist, your coworkers, and anyone else that you can think of to please check out the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. Good night, everybody.
I'm Jay Hizzle from the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
And I'm Ric Spade.
And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button to my right.
And maybe you want to see an older episode. See what we've been doing. I'm not sure why you'd start here, but maybe you haven't. Check out the video on the left. Check it out. Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Thank you.